Yeah. He'll introduce himself.
Yes, sir. It's the Outlaw Zach Hendricks. Of course, you can find me on all social media brands at Z Hendricks Brand. Or if you love Doc and I together, which is a very common thing, look us up on Facebook and Instagram at Country Air Official, or find us on the Twitter at Country Air Brand. And next will be the biggest monster in this group, not Perch.
Yeah, you say that'd be Perch. I'm Gunnar Wicks. You can follow me on all the social medias at Gunnar Wicks. And I did set up a link tree recently. So that's a thing now. It's in the bio of my Twitter and Instagram. You can click on that and see all my links.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We're getting organized. Business.
Yep, getting professional up in here.
Yeah. I just want to be as popular as the IG models. That's it.
Well, you're just as good looking, so that's all that matters.
Like
you could be holding up the number cards for the rounds for UFC in no time.
That's the dream. That is why you get into wrestling, to be a ring card girl for UFC. That's why I got into it.
It's a stepping stone along the way, at least.
Yeah. Hey, everybody's got their dreams, all right? Don't judge mine.
Right. Hey brother, do you need a wrestler? If not, like I could definitely ring card your match.
Yeah. Like, hey, whatever gets my foot in the door.
I bring my own cards.
Yeah. Bastard. Told you, that's sign yourself to yourself, all right? Country Air Brand ring cards coming soon.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And by the way, I am Perch XLV. You can find me at Perch XLV, # for the ref brand, and Waffles Take It Home podcast.
Waffles all around. For the female's birthday breakfast, had some sweet Belgian waffles. Very delicious.
Ooh, from the best part of Europe too. Those waffles do not get better.
If I know one thing about the Belgians, or the if there's one thing I know about new and old Belgium, it's that they make great waffles.
Always included on the continental breakfast.
Oh yeah, it was good stuff. But like I said, joined here with the usual crew. We had a very fun weekend, but we will go ahead and get started with our usual segment. Perch, why don't you give us the banger of the week?
Banger of the week this week comes from the ride home from Chicago this weekend. I was driving late night, and it was on the highway, and it was pretty open, not many cars out there, nice peaceful time, and a banger came on the radio. West LA Fadeaway by the Grateful Dead. Now, I know we've played that one in hotel rooms before when we've had good times. Yep. We've played that tune out on the road. It's this just a good.
If you haven't noticed, because I'm pretty sure they are leading on, if there was a banger of the week leaderboard, pretty sure Grateful Dead is winning by a country mile.
Ooh.
Yep. That's a couple of them so far. That's a couple of select ones. Only pick them when the time is right. And this weekend was certainly right, as the head was knocked back and forth to the beat of West LA Fadeaway. Definitely a good banger. A great late night tune.
And actually, whoever can go back and listen to all our podcasts and take a tally of the banger of the week, whoever gets that tally first, we'll let you give us the question of the week next week.
All right. Yeah. That is good. So yes, listen through. I'm pretty sure this is episode 16. So listen to episodes 1 through 16. Let us know how many times Grateful Dead has been banger of the week. And hey, it's not even that bad, because that's the first segment of the show, so you don't even have to listen that far. All right, but just go ahead, listen through. Let us know how many times Grateful Dead was the banger of the week.
Just keep a track of all the bands. Like, I want to know how many times besides Grateful Dead, what else has Perch got to? Like, let's see what the trend is. Let's see a trend.
Yeah, if somebody wants to come up with a sweet pie chart of our our bangers of the week, that would be highly appreciated.
And we will,
musical influence is widely based upon the weather and the seasons in the Midwest region here. So yeah, I would be interested to see how that pie chart turns out.
Just like real pie.
you guys do the pie chart. We'll not only give you the question of the week, but Gunnar Wicks will supply you a free T-shirt.
I'll think about it. I'll give you a heavy discount. 50% off.
Oh, there it is. You heard it. Gunnar Wicks, 50% off T-shirt.
Yep.
What are you selling, crop tops?
I could.
I don't know. I have some things planned for our 68th and 69th episode. So I will just say to the fans, be sure to listen very intently to every episode, because there will be contests and other assorted goodies for those future episodes.
Just
Stay tuned.
Yeah. So big plans for those two. All right. So now that we have our banger of the week out of the way, why don't we go ahead and talk about the wrestling we've been watching this week? Another strong week of wrestling. So much wrestling going on. I know we talked a little bit about it before. None of us have watched the ROH 19th anniversary show yet, but I'm probably going to pop that on right after this.
That's probably gonna be something this week for me as well.
Yep. Did anybody specifically want to go first and talk about what they've been watching?
Can I go first because I'm a disappointment?
Yes, you are the disappointment of the podcast. A basic riot squad. I don't like barely a riot.
Only in the
Uncouth
weekend.
gathering, if anything.
This is true. So I haven't really watched much of any wrestling this last week. However, I have been watching a lot of the Marvel movies. I'm watching all like the Marvel and Avenger superhero movies in timeline order. I got Captain America and Captain Marvel done so far, and I think I'm on to Iron Man now. So that's a thing.
Okay, that's fine. That's acceptable.
There's a lot of action
Yeah,
sequences.
yeah,
That's almost wrestling, right?
Like you're studying storytelling, long-term storytelling, we'll say.
Yes, exactly.
Sure. I'll go next.
All right.
So I watched NWA Power. I got to watch our boy. Did we talk about this? The NWA was that last week already?
We didn't talk about it yet because I think it came out on Tuesday.
All right, cool. Yeah, I watched NWA Power. I feel like we talked about, but yeah, our
We
boy
talked about it at practice.
Marche Rocket. Watching him and just watching like you hear the Pope by accident call Frederick Young, Darren Young, or I forgot his new name, but he called him by Darren Young at first, and you hear him whisper like that's not his name. That was fun, but watching him get like you just see by his face getting chopped by Marche, and like you hear stories about Marche's chops from Maverick Boone and the Mar Man. Like it was intense, and they built a whole story with Nick Aldis the entire show. Just you can tell something big, so they come with him. Man, I'm blanking on Bram's new name. Do you know what? Perch?
Thomas Latimer.
Yeah, Tom Latimer.
Yeah, and then the Camille. You can tell they're building something big for those guys. I'm not gonna lie, I watched it to check out Marche Rocket and a former Bruce City wrestler. I mean, she's still Bruce City, but she's been on a break. Sky Blue was looking for her, but I think she'll be on the next episode.
Hey, Sky is just tearing it up. It's she's she's on the rise now, so it's hard to get her to come on back home. But she's got a lot of love and support from Waffles Take It Home.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to tomorrow night to see what she does. I watched not the Ring of Honor 19th anniversary show, but some Ring of Honor, a good storytelling with Jay Lethal feuding with Silas Young and the Beer City Bruiser. A match that I really enjoyed was the street fight. They had 10 security guards between Silas and the ring, and I don't know, like Silas did something different. You don't see people not beat up the security guards to get to the ring, and he didn't touch security. He made security look strong. He made it like a point that me and Lethal ain't going to touch until they get to this paper deal that they're building up. And just, it's always a good time watching Matt, especially Matt doing what he does best. Like, I think Matt's super fun to watch as a heel. Sorry, Bruiser, my bad. But yeah, just love watching Bruiser do what he does. Him and Lethal had a great match. There was a pure match later. It was Cheeseburger. It was like a 7-man gauntlet. The guy who Cheeseburger went through, I want to say his name's Chris Martin, fell short to Utah. I don't know.
Wheeler Yuta.
Yep. And then Fred Yehi won it all.
Okay.
And just watching the pure roll, just enjoyed that. And I was watching some Monday Night Raw a little bit ago when I'm a cheap little plug because I'm working out and losing weight, doing some cardio, watching some Raw, and realizing how long commercials are for Monday Night Raw. I was dying, hurting, and I'm like, all right, wrestling, come on, I'm gonna stop thinking about it. And it never came back on. A commercial for 5 minutes. So yes, a lot of wrestling. And storytelling, I've been watching The Last Dance now. I'm really behind. Never watched it, but been watching the Michael Jordan's Last Dance as well.
Okay. I actually too have not checked that out yet. It is on the list.
It's on Netflix. You check out that movie yet? Bad Trip?
No, I have not watched Bad Trip yet. A couple of my boys from back home were talking about it today. I wasn't lazy today, but I just feel like I was lazy because I did other things that I didn't want to do.
Those are definitely one you don't watch with little ones. If people are listening to this, funny movie, but don't watch with your little ones.
Because Perch always has the most poignant points. We'll save him for last. What wrestling did I watch today? I watched the New Japan show from this morning today, setting up, going into the Kota Ibushi Ospreay match that's going to happen in April. That was solid show. They how they build shows, bunch of tag matches, but still fun. I watched the Zawa show also from last week. Got to see our resident head referee do his thing, looking very pretty on the screen. I think that's really about all I watched this week. I didn't really watch much, a lot of highlights. I did see a couple of highlights from the Draper Pure match over the weekend, but that's about it. It was a light week for me.
Yeah, even a light week though in wrestling is still a fun week.
No, yeah, I enjoyed everything I watched. I watched AEW all week. That's what I watched AEW.
Elevation.
Yep, Elevation and Dark and the Wednesday show I also watched. Checking out our boy Dante hanging out with Christian. That was nice to see. So
yeah, that was one of my favorite moments in the week, was that little backstage promo.
Yeah, it was just them chilling. It was good. And me and Zach have been trying to do it more in our promos, just have a more conversational and kind of real and just chilling. So I really enjoyed that.
I'm gonna give a quick shout out. If you guys watch Elevation tonight, check out Chandler Hopkins. I had a match with him at Warrior. Dude's great, fun to talk to. He's a Lance Hoyt guy, but yeah, he's makes his debut tonight for AEW Elevation. So shout out to him for getting the opportunity, and looking forward to watching that match. I haven't watched it yet, but that's a dude that I would still stay in contact with and really cool to talk to.
Awesome. Yeah, so check that out. I watched a little bit of it today. Just caught a couple matches. But yeah, and then we'll pass it on to our resident orator, head referee Dan Perch. What did you watch this week?
Yeah, going back to that that AEW was great. In that segment with Christian, where he's talking to the team of Pillman, Griff Garrison, and Dante in the back, and to see the Pinnacle come out right after that in the 6-man tag team with the brothers from the back was pretty cool. A great 6-man match. The fire that Dante had coming in and out of commercial break, just to take that
hot tag
brain
was
buster.
on fire.
To eat that brain buster, and the look on his face was phenomenal. Just a still frame. I loved it, and good storytelling too throughout the whole episode. With Kenny Omega getting his ass kicked a little bit. But one of the coolest moments that I remember seeing from this week was over on NXT when Walter and Tommaso came face to face, and that whole segment was just uncomfortable. It was anxiety ridden. It was like an action movie. It was phenomenal to see Tommaso and Walter going toe to toe. Wow, that got
I
the
think what
blood.
I enjoyed most about that is just it's a sign that things are coming back to normal. To start seeing these NXT UK guys come over, because I watched that too. I don't know why I can't remember anything I watched last week. Mystery why I can't remember, but yes, NXT was freaking great. Devlin Kushida match was good, though I hate how they're underusing Kushida, but yeah, that was a great moment.
Yeah, and just the highlighting the struggle, and we were talking about it at camp last week too, is that struggle that needs to be highlighted, and they really showed it there. It was a struggle. Every ounce that Tommaso was giving was being met with resistance with Walter, and it really made for an awesome moment on TV. They say TNT knows drama. Well, USA knew drama that night. That was great. But I've also been watching, going back, and this goes off last episode, what we were talking about. I've been binging some Armageddon. I went back and watched 99 and 2002 because they took a year off in 01, and 2000 was the cage match. But in 99, Armageddon was Vince against Triple H in a street fight with Stephanie McMahon Helmsley sitting ringside from a ticket that her loving husband bought her. And the two of them kicked each other's ass the entire time throughout the entire arena, all the way out to the parking lot and back. And it came to a crucial moment where Vince takes the sledgehammer, and Triple H is in the corner, and Vince is about to smash him, and out comes Stephanie McMahon from over the barricade. Says, "No, Dad, let me do it." He gives the sledgehammer to her. She looks him in the eyes. She's about to destroy Triple H. And for a brief moment, she backs out. Triple H takes full advantage of it, grabs that sledgehammer, pushes her away, and demolishes Vince with a big old shot to the gut and an uppercut to the chin with that sledgehammer. But the moment came when Stephanie looks up at Vince, looks down at Vince, and she looks up at Triple H. And she gets that smile in her eyes. Oh, and she gets up and she hugs Triple H, and you realize that she duped him the whole time. Or did she hate Triple H going into that match, but through everything that she witnessed and traumatized and saw, by the end of it, Triple H won her over? I don't know. It's for us to decide. But man, if that didn't bring a tear to my eye.
that is prime when I was like super into wrestling. So yeah, I remember that one. That is great, Stephanie. It is easy to say now, like she's overexposed, and meaning that like she's just on TV too much. But at that time, that storyline with going from her to Tess, her to Triple H, her and her dad, like that is prime Stephanie McMahon.
You can see her throughout all the decades too. She's got that late 90s fashion, that early 2000s fashion, and
that late 90s fashion is rough on her looking back.
She's straight out of Clueless in this one.
Oh God, yeah, that didn't age well.
But man, if I wasn't sitting there watching that whole thing play out on a Sunday afternoon, healing the body, and I had a tear coming from my eye, that was just a good moment. Great pro wrestling. They got me all those years later. Love it.
Good stuff. All right. And if that's all you have, we'll go ahead and throw it back to this past weekend and talk about our weekends. I know 3 of us were over at ICW. I don't know how much you can talk about what you did. So let's go to you first.
Yeah, so we had a good weekend on the road. We're doing some tapings for a show to be named later. So there'll be info coming out with it later, but needless to say, got in a full weekend on the road. Was great. sweated a lot, lost a few pounds, I imagine, and the body took some abuse too. So by the end of the weekend, we were kind of held up on the couch, icing the body. Found out the new tricks to ice, and loving it. It's a very useful tool. And
Perch will be taking ice baths before you know it.
yeah, don't get me wrong, it's uncomfortable as hell for a few minutes, but then as you settle in, it gets all right. But
Cold shower.
no, got to go warmth shower, 100%. Especially Midwest, we get cold sometimes during those cold
Yeah,
days.
cold
you gotta
showers
take a
are rough on their own, and I'm definitely not trying them out here in the Midwest.
No.
Addicted to those cold showers after the workouts. Sounds
Got to be a warmth shower no matter what. Got to get that heat back.
A little bit like in Virginia, because it can be that hot and just muggy in the summer. Like if I did like a run outside, I could come back in and take a cold shower for maybe the initial like 2 minutes, but then I got to turn that heat up.
It's fair.
Yeah.
All right. If that's all you have to say about your weekend, let's pass it on to Gunner next, because I want to talk to him.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you really? Okay.
Yes.
Well, my weekend was not super great because you and Zach kind of ruined it for me.
Hey.
I wrestled the ICW, tag teaming with Chucky against Doc and Zach for the ICW tag team titles. The match was fine, I guess, other than me and Chucky losing. I'm going to blame that on my bum hamstring in Chucky's dementedness. So you guys got lucky. That's all I'm going to say.
Luck has nothing to do with it. We've been champs since October.
All right. And also the reason why I want to talk to you, because our AWF matches have all been, or at least our first matches, and both of your matches now have been posted. So wanted to see what you wanted to say about that 6-man that just got posted.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so that happened in like real life quite a while ago, so I kind of forgot about that, but that did air recently. The 6-man match, to my memory, went good because we won that match. Me, Petey Brown, and I totally do not remember the other dude's name.
Darius Luttrell.
Yes, yep, that's it.
Good.
And I'm not even going to try to remember our opponents' names because I'm going to fail at that too.
Nick Nelson, and I don't know the other two guys, but whatever his stable is.
Kyle Pro.
No, or was it Kyle Pro?
Yeah, Kyle Pro, Stonehenge, and someone else.
Was that Nick Nelson? Because Kyle Pro and Stonehenge are the program. Is
Yep.
Nick Nelson in that?
Yep,
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that match went well altogether. It was fun. I wish I could speak more on it if I remembered better, but I get hit in the head a lot, so that's all you get.
Especially by Superman punches.
Yes, I owe you a little receipt for that, I feel like.
Oh yeah, whatever you want, it's fine.
Doc's super good at Superman punches, in case anyone's wondering out there. Very effective.
That was my first one, and kind of on the fly, so I'm sorry.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
We'll tell the story. So we are at intermission, Doc and I, saying hi to everyone's mom and, being respectful young champions.
The usual.
Yeah.
We had a fan walk up and say, "Hey, Doc, do a Superman punch tonight. I'll buy a shirt for $20. Doc went, seen his opportunity, and laid it in on Gunner. And Gunner made Doc an extra $20.
You're welcome.
Hey, thank you. But speaking of, yes, me and Zach defended our ICW Tag Team Championships against Killer Instinct and Demented Chucky Bates and Gunner Wicks, the one-man Riot Squad. Good match. Yeah. I think we showed off a lot of new things. Yeah, I definitely might have came in really hot on that Superman punch, but I saw my opportunity and swung for the fences.
Just a smidgen.
Yeah.
By the way, can we address how you guys are making extra money off t-shirt sales because of me? But yeah, at the beginning of the show, Zach's selling my t-shirts for like discounts. What's up with that?
I'm a businessman rolling it.
Trying to make a living out here.
Rolling a deal, baby.
It's economics. That's just how economics work. I don't get it.
I
But
don't
that's
think
how it
they're
works.
working too well.
Works out well for us.
Yeah. But no, yeah, it was a good match, hard hitting as you would expect from Killer Instinct and Country Air. Gunner disrespecting me on the one-legged Cesaro swing, and I was like, I don't know what happened, but you murdered me on that suplex as well. It was probably my fault, but
I was fully intending to murder you on that suplex, trying to win and everything, you know.
oh well, I guess so. The murder on the Superman punch was accidental.
Right.
Yeah, this awesome visual medium that we have.
I'm sure those clubs to the chest felt pretty nice too.
Yeah, those were super comfortable as well. That's the thing. It's like here's like y'all beat me up. I just don't whine like a bitch about it. That's it.
It was fun.
Yeah, good time. Always like getting in the ring with those guys. But unfortunately, our great match was cut short by those bitches. But you shouldn't even call them bitches because that's disrespectful to bitches. I like bitches. Mav and Ethan come in, and pull good old Ref Jerry out and start putting the boots to us.
Yeah, we hit so Country Air bringing back Air Buddies on Chucky's back, hitting it really nice. That's right. Made it sound weird.
Yeah, it does. No, it does look like we freaking murdered him.
Yeah, it looked great. From my end, because you guys kept talking about how you beat up everyone, I didn't really get hit hard, but I punched Chunky. I think I punched him pretty hard in the face. So shout out to Chucky for taking that punch. That's all I had to say about the match. I know I probably caught him with the nice high kick to the head and a punch to the face.
It happens. I mean, it's not like he was using those brain cells.
Yeah, he's delusional.
Yeah.
At the end, like you said, we the Rose Dynasty did what the Rose Dynasty's been doing the entire show. They interrupted our match, interrupted our 3 count, and their punishment. Not only are going to take on your mama's favorite tag team next month, they're also going to take off a pissed off one-man Riot Squad and a delusional bastard.
Chucky Bates, yeah.
I don't know how they think this is a triple threat match. These boys are going to get murdered by us, and then we're going to do what we did. Gentleman's handshake agreement.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm so happy.
Speaking of receipts, Ethan hit me pretty hard in the old balls over the weekend when he assaulted us. So
Gunner's on a mission next month at ICW for all of our listeners. So I would tune in.
Ethan, I'm coming for your balls. Give him the old PT.
And here's the thing, Ethan. If you don't believe that Gunner's going to do damage, look at your partner's shoulder. That's nothing.
Yep.
Want your balls to look like that? I don't know how they will, but
it is like definitely going to need medical assistance on that one, Ethan.
Yep. Someone's going to have to pull your balls out of your stomach once I'm done.
But I think I'll touch on this since I really didn't touch on the tag match much. At the end of the night, it was a death match between the Midwest champion, Dysfunction, and Rose Dynasty member GQ. And man, was that a match. The crowd was hot. It was late, but the crowd was still into it. Dys took a suplex on the floor through some light tubes. These guys put each other through hell. And then the Rose Dynasty thought they would pull a fast one and get Ice Pick Vic Capri to join the Rose Dynasty. Didn't work out so well, huh? They might put a little bit of lickings to Vic, Doc, and I, but they didn't realize Rough Crossing's not happy with him. Cypher ain't happy with him. The boys in the back ain't happy with him. Let's just say, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this, where Dysfunction's at the end of the night, there's a divide. The Rose Dynasty and the ICW locker room. As far as I'm concerned, they ain't welcome in our locker room.
Yep. They can sit there, seltzer drinking asses downstairs and sit in the corner for all I'm concerned.
Go to the women's restroom.
Is that why Mav hasn't been here?
Yeah, we don't associate with Mav anymore.
Yeah.
He's a
Knew he
bitch.
was up to no good.
Bitch. You know, you can't trust those Illinois boys. Those redhead Illinois boys. But yeah, we definitely came out, showed solidarity as a locker room, and let them know that ICW ain't nothing to fuck with.
It looked like a wild show. Looked like a wild time. Great time with the fans and the ICW locker room. That moment Rose Dynasty backed down, and then the boys came out of the curtain. Like, you can't even come back through here. Like,
Yeah.
get your ass out through the side door. That was pretty cool.
You're not welcome. You're not welcome. But to the fans, be on the lookout. I know Dis has been putting in hard work, even though he did injure himself and was had to be taken to the hospital that night for some work on that suplex. But he's been putting in work, making sure that ICW's a name, and ICW Insanity TV will be airing every 2 weeks, and so you'll get to see all the action from this past weekend pretty soon. So keep an ear out. Follow ICW on Facebook. That's where they probably post the most, and check it out. I was about to put out this is personal business on how to find them, but I don't know if he wants that, so I won't do that. So yeah, just follow the ICW Milwaukee page, and you'll find him there, and then he probably won't care.
And wish us the best of luck on recovery.
Yeah. You know, those sag nerve ain't nothing to mess with. That sucks. But let us also, my sexy tag partner, since our episode aired, and I don't think we talked about it last week, we can talk about our AWF premiere.
Oh, us versus CJ and Mav and that dude.
Yep, Mav and his stable Platinum Luxury.
I mean, from our end, nothing's better than debuting a company and starting off on the right foot on getting that W. I've heard from AWF they're looking to build a tag division, and we're trying to make our presence known because I don't know about Doc, but I'm tired of Country Air trying to be second seat to anyone. It's about time we start becoming belt collectors and trying to get as many belts under our belts.
Yep.
As we can. It's about time we're working our asses off. Doc's checking on me every day, making sure I'm getting my body right. We're both keeping our mind right, and it's about time we take care of that, and we start showing everyone what we think we are, what we know we are, the best.
Yep. There's a reason we're your mama's favorites.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, it was a great match. We had CJ Cole on the outside, Mav being the nasty motherfucker that he is. It was hard hitting. Like I said, I'm very happy those three are together because they bruise very easily and make my strikes just look mwah when you see the welts.
It's that pasty white pale skin.
Yep.
Bruised like a banana.
You've been blessed, Mav. You've been blessed. But yeah, it's a great match. Also ends with nice little air buddies. And Country Air picks up the win. And, as we move up those AWF ranks, hopefully we will soon have a shot at those AWF tag team titles.
I just want to add one thing to the watch this week playlist. I just saw Gunner deliver a double choke slam with Darius Luttrell, and it was pretty epic.
Yeah, that was a big team minus Petey.
Pretty epic. One of those moments that I didn't know I needed to see until it came right in front of my eyes, and I'm like, oh my god, Gunner and Darius Luttrell teaming up, and delivering a big time double choke slam. That's a cool moment.
Completely forgot about that. I normally by myself can get people quite high for that choke slam, and when you got another big guy doing it with you, super easy to get someone way up there and slam them all the way down. So fun times.
Like, I should do this all the time. Should always have a giant next to me. Like, this is so much better.
That's great. We've helped set up and tear down and a lot of shows with him. So to see you guys teaming is pretty cool, and to
Yeah.
deliver a double choke slam is awesome for the both of you guys to experience. Loved it.
No, yeah, Darius has definitely always been a homie since
Oh,
day
yeah.
one. When we met him down
I
in
saw him last Friday. Actually, he actually was in a triple threat at GLCW.
Yeah, he was. So, it's good to see, he's been putting in work too. So it's good to see him on the road and building a name for himself. Like I said, he's been a homie from day one, and he deserves it. He's been putting in the work. So yeah, he was up at that GLCW show Saturday as well. So if you were there, you saw that homie putting in work. But I think this is going to be a shorter segment, possibly. But let's go ahead and talk about what we got coming up this week.
This weekend, we've got a show Saturday night, AAW in Chicago, Illinois. Going to be broadcasting on Twitch live. So if you have the Twitch app or check it out online, Twitch, think about 6:30-ish, 6:35. They can maybe starting to broadcast. So that's the big show for this weekend on my end. So set around AAW on Saturday.
Okay. I'll go next because I have nothing. I've got nothing this week. As of this moment, I'll be or I should say I am not on a show, but I will be traveling, putting in the work, putting in those business hours. Business week. Gunner, what do you have?
Same as you. A whole lot of nothing. Still resting the hamstring. It's probably something that I will be doing for a while. Hoping by the summer that everything's good to go, because we have a pretty busy summer with BCW coming up. A lot of shows, which means a lot of experience and a lot of chances to get better. And last summer, COVID kind of took all that away from us, and I'm not going to let an injury take that away from me this summer. So looking forward to that.
Fair. Have you done 2 summers with us?
Yes. Yep.
I only had one summer, so
Well, last summer wasn't really much of a summer, so I guess I only had like one
summer,
but the
what little bit we had last year.
Yeah, and then that first summer was
Your debut.
mostly just battle royals on my end, not a whole lot of matches until towards the end, or I guess kind of towards the end. So hoping to get like the full summer experience this time coming up.
Really? And to the one who's probably got the biggest weekend, let's go ahead and pass it off to my sexy tag team partner.
yes, sir. I don't know. I mean, AEW is pretty big. Look at Killer Perch.
AEW, who are they? That's just a small promotion down in.
We're just kidding. We're just kidding. Doc and I would love to division.
Right, no. Yeah, no. AEW is big, but you've got a big opportunity this weekend.
Yes, sir. I have in a fatal 5-way to earning opportunity, which quite frankly, I already earned. Number contendership for the Frontline Pro Heavyweight Championship. What I'm looking forward to, I get to wrestle Logan Lynch, Colin Brooks. I've wrestled those guys before, and I also am wrestling Vic Capri and Backwoods Brown, man I've never been in the ring with before. So super pumped about that. Have Angel Armani as my manager. And for the show that you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, April 3rd, it will be in the Holiday and Convention Center. It's not it's at Stevens Point. I kept wanting to say Spencer's. Stevens Point.
That's where we were last time.
Yep. I actually have to redo my promo because the promo says Spencer's the entire time. So, but I'm gonna be at Honor Bound for Frontline Pro. For those who don't know, announced today, Rob Van Dam's going to the WWE Hall of Fame. So this will be his last show before he's inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame. So, that's going to be really cool. Loved Rob Van Dam growing up. It's going to be an honor to be on the show with him. And yeah, gonna represent country here proud with Angel Armani Arna. He's gonna have to come out and do the Doc Simmons dance.
Mm-hmm.
And
I would pay whatever amount of money to see Armani hit a spinneroonie.
tell him, be like, hey man, you gotta hit the spinneroonie.
Yep.
If Doc can't come here and you have to be here, like you're the one hitting the spinneroonie.
Yeah. There is not enough money that I could pay for that.
That would be great. I would love it too.
I'm looking forward to the after party too. Like I think almost the entire roster got hotel rooms, so it's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a fun time. I think they're at capacity of 500. They're close to selling out. When you hear 500 and close to selling out, nothing gets you more pumped than like knowing that you're about to wrestle in front of a big crowd. And I'm probably gonna do something really stupid.
Yep. We don't like ourselves.
I've had some stupid ideas in my mind for a while, and I think this is the time I pull it out.
Nice. All right. So yeah, be sure to check out AEW on Twitch, and be sure to try and get your tickets for Frontline at Honor Bound. I know they do have a hotel package going on.
And go on the website Eventbrite/Frontline Pro Honor Bound is where you can get your tickets.
Yeah, so it should be a great weekend. They definitely took care of us last time. I'm sure they will take care of you fans this week. But with that said, we can go ahead and move on to our next segment where I pose a question to the group. What is your favorite surprise win? Let's go ahead and go with Zach first.
Yeah, so my favorite surprise win was at All In Live between Cody Rhodes and Nick Aldis for the 10 pounds of gold. Just I mean, you tell the cards are all playing right for Cody, but earlier in the match he took a dive and the ref hit the X, and everyone in the crowd thought like the match is over. You just feel in the room, and he won it by just a simple all this went for a sunset, and he sat on top and hooked the legs 1, 2, 3. Did not expect that for a match of that caliber. You expected a finisher, and yeah, super. I mean, just the atmosphere in the arena, the explosion, huge, and just being there live and seeing Cody win his first ever NWA World Heavyweight Championship was pretty damn cool.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, yeah, that's definitely up there. And I mean, especially for against Aldis, who's been such a pillar for NWA these past couple of years. At that time, it's definitely super surprising. Let's go with Perch.
And I love this question because it got me to think. There's been so many different eras of wrestling that we've been, privy to, and I wanted to go back to a moment that really caught me emotionally, and it really set my tone for the way I'd see wrestling for the rest of my life. This was the second ever WrestleMania that I got to watch live. Went to one of my dad's friend. He rented it, so he's like, "Hey, Perch, invite him over. We'll have the show going." And it was the match with Stone Cold against The Rock. Stone Cold had beat The Rock twice at WrestleMania, 15 and then 17, and here we are at 19. Now The Rock was the man. I mean, he was clear to say the coolest man at the time, one of my idols for sure. And Stone Cold was the man who kind of built up my childhood from wrestling to be where it's at for a guy like The Rock to do what he's doing, and a guy like Triple H to be a good heel. So between those two guys, Stone Cold and The Rock, I didn't know who was going to win, but I wanted The Rock to win so bad. But, as a kid, I was, 10, 11 years old. I thought, no way, he's lost twice to Stone Cold. There's no way he's going to beat him. It's just not going to happen. And after stunner after stunner, after rock bottom, after exchanging each other's finishers a little bit, The Rock hits a third rock bottom on Stone Cold for a 1, 2, 3. And I was pretty surprised. I didn't see it coming, and I was so ecstatic that it happened. It was one of the coolest matches, and thoroughly surprised because I thought for sure Stone Cold beat him twice. There's no way The Rock's going to win this thing.
All right.
Then it turned out to be Stone Cold's final match, but I didn't know as a kid. I thought for sure he's got The Rock's number because he was so hot leading into it too. He would make you believe that he was going to win.
No, yeah, that's a good one. I will go next. I was actually going to pick the Stone Cold turn as my most surprising, but since you have already picked a Rock Stone Cold, I will pick something else, and it's actually going to be something that I watched recently and already knew the finish, but even looking back, it's still surprising knowing what we know. And that's going to be Rock and Cena at WrestleMania when The Rock wins the world title. I know I've brought it up a few times, but I have been doing a WrestleMania rewatch, and I am in the period where I wasn't watching wrestling, so I did not watch this when it happened in real time. But I've heard the stories, I've known it. But I mean, even reflecting back on it, knowing that this is a moment where Rock is becoming like he is becoming a brand. He's becoming a brand. He is on the precipice of being like the top paying movie star. I think he's done Fast 5 by this point. And just knowing that he's got all that, it's still that they put it just like the story that they tell from the WrestleMania before with him costing Cena the title, and then knowing what happens at the WrestleMania after, they tell a 3-year story with this man that probably should be here, and it's still gripping. So that is going to be my second pick. Since you already took a Rock and Stone Cold, I'll pick another match and do Rock Cena. That's my most surprising win.
Yeah, that's a good one. I remember going back and watching that one in particular, and it surprised me that The Rock won. I didn't watch that one as it was happening live.
Yeah, so that'll be my pick, and we'll save the end for our Riot Squad. What is your most surprising win?
Most surprising to me when I was a kid, gonna have to go with No Way Out 2004, Eddie Guerrero versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. Me as a kid, huge fan of Eddie Guerrero at the time. Didn't think he had much of a chance going against Brock Lesnar. And I believe this was the pay-per-view before WrestleMania. So I think everyone probably expected Brock Lesnar to win and carry the title to WrestleMania, which did not happen. Eddie Guerrero reversed the F5 to a DDT on the title, went for the Frog Splash, won the championship. And as a kid, I was ecstatic because I did not think that was going to happen, and just left me really happy. So that's mine.
Good. I brought this up because I brought this topic up because I did watch the New Japan from this morning, and they did something very surprising, which they don't really usually do, and had a light heavyweight get the pin over a heavyweight. And I think as workers now in the business, we are always chasing that feeling of being surprised. It's because you start to learn the tells. You start to learn the tells of how a match is going. You start to understand story structure and how things should at least play out. So it's always fun when you get a surprise.
I'll give Maverick. Maverick Boone actually gave us his favorite surprise title change, and that was we'll just go through it quick because fuck Maverick. But it was actually Jinder Mahal taking the WWE title from Randy Orton.
Yeah,
And that, like you were talking about, like I just popped in my head because you talked about we'd look for those surprises. I think a lot of us were already wrestling by then, and just like seeing how Jinder was treated on Raw, and then 2 weeks later he's holding the WWE World Championship was a pretty great surprise.
Yeah, and I mean, we all know Mav loves the gender run, and I am not. I don't like it as much as he does, but I don't hate it as much as people, as other people try to play it as. I don't think it was that bad. Like, I think if you change the Punjabi prison match to just a Hell in a Cell match, that storyline is that much better.
I agree.
But I liked him as a champion because I didn't like him. He was
Yeah,
good.
like that's the emotion it's supposed to elicit. So I enjoyed him as a champ.
He was fit. He was a monster. He was reputable. He had some good heaters. He was good billing.
Yep. Solid, and the Bollywood boys to be there to just take the stupid bumps and to just be annoying. It was good.
Or even like how fans always like, we want something different. Don't make it predictable. And then when
Yeah, that was as unpredictable as it could have been.
and then people were complaining. So like just listening to like you don't know what you want.
Another comeback surprise because I didn't see Jinder during his first run, but I saw him when he came back, and that was a cool moment. But another one along those lines was I didn't see Alberto Del Rio during his first run, but I saw when he came back and challenged Cena for that U.S. championship, and that was a damn good match. I loved it. He was
I mean, hey, if we want to go surprising wins, Kevin Owens over John Cena.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Especially
Carlito.
for me, because that is literally like the Raw that I was getting back into WWE when that happened.
Dude,
So
Carlito.
I left with Cena being Super Cena, and for me to come back and see him lose to somebody that they have in developmental was more than shocking.
What about what about Carlito? His first night beating Cena, like
Yeah, that's another one.
I mean, you go like a lot. There's Edge, his first world championship. When
I mean, hey, this was a hard pick for me. Hey, I mean, we talked about both of these people earlier, but Sky over Mav, even though I mean we know how things work, that was still surprising for me.
Mav getting beat by a girl is not surprising to me in the slightest.
What about Gunner's title run? He was just him and Chucky just started as a tag team a week before, and then they became Brew City Tag Champs.
Yeah. Y'all two beating who was it, Colucci and Blaze at the time?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Hey, you guys have done something I still haven't done. I haven't held the Brew City title, so
You'll get there, kid.
thanks, Nick.
No, I totally did not expect that to happen either, as much as I would like to say I did expect that. But yeah, no, that was definitely a cool moment for me and Chucky at the time. And yeah, something that I will not forget.
Now you get your second, you won your first championship with Chucky, and now it looks like you might beat Chucky to win your second championship. Isn't that poetic?
Might beat Chucky. I don't think there's a might in there, personally.
I'm on Team Gunner, but you do have a giant target on your leg right now, and Chucky's not as considered as your mama's favorite tag team. That dude's delusional.
Chucky's been working leg submissions far longer than we have.
Isn't Chucky like a former? Isn't he like already been a 2-time now? Isn't this?
Yeah, this is second. He's a proven champion at this point.
Yeah, and like Doc being the Gahoot, being a 3-time Heritage champion, it took him almost a whole year to take that strap off, Chucky.
It took me like 3 months. Yeah, it took me like 3 months. took like 3-4 months. Like at most, it wasn't a year. It's like, okay, Chucky is arguably one of my favorite opponents. We have definitely traded wins back and forth, but when it came to that gold, it wasn't that long for me to take it off of him.
Well, he did beat you for the Cruiserweight Championship.
He did beat me the first time, but I'll bring that out. I have it. I beat him. I won it back.
You still have it?
Yeah, it's It's behind that bright light that you see.
Stockton might be one of the longest reigning cruiserweight MIAW.
I'm like, I don't know. How long did TC have it in his car? just chilling when nobody could find it.
I have no idea, but haven't you like going November? What will that be? 2 years you won it?
Yeah, about.
What do I know?
I'm just like, am I the longest reigning just champion in Wisconsin right now of anything? Because that would be tight. Probably not.
I know that Aesop has a gentleman's championship of some kind he's had for a long, long time.
I think he's had that belt for like 4 years now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Aesop might be the longest reigning like champion
in Wisconsin right now. Okay, that's fine.
You're
I don't mind
second.
losing it to him. That's a good brother.
You're second, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, Tejas. I think Tejas is like a.
Oh
second.
yeah, Tejas. Yeah. Tejas. I totally forgot about that. Tejas has had that forever.
Now you're third.
Yeah. I am one of the longest reigning champions in Wisconsin right now, and that's fine.
It works for the billing.
Yeah. I'll take what I can get. Okay. As we're winding down, I'm gonna look at the Riot Squad and see if he has a question for us.
I do.
Oh.
If you could only eat 3 foods for the rest of your life, what would they be?
Like main dishes or like sides as well. Like
Any food.
all right.
I'll go first, give you guys some time to think. Since like most of my diet consists of only 3 foods anyways, I'd have to go with scrambled eggs. Eat those a lot. This might count as 2 foods, but apples and peanut butter, eat that a lot. And chicken. I eat a lot of chicken.
Okay.
What about your quesadillas and your pizzas and everything else I see you eat on those Wednesdays that you don't eat those?
See, that's a Wednesday thing. All the other days of the week, those are the 3 foods I'm eating for the most part. And the quesadilla has chicken in it, so.
With cheese and other stuff, but you're right.
Good. Because I'm gonna be like, my 3 are tacos, brisket. Love me some brisket. Had some good brisket earlier, and chicken as well. Chicken is very versatile.
Chicken gang, yep.
Yep.
The tenders and fries
protein.
count as 2.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tenders. Like, so you can either have tenders or fries.
I'll take tenders, fries, and good loaf of bread.
Okay.
What kind of bread? Wheat, white? What are we talking?
No, we'd take a full loaf, probably sour. A good Italian loaf,
Oh, okay.
a little crispy on the outside.
Get your little crunch. Mix up those textures. I get it.
So we got 3 people with chicken on the list.
I'm gonna be the fourth. I'm gonna go chicken. Love me some chicken. I'm gonna go steak. Love me some steak. And I'm gonna go with rice. I always like to have a good side, and rice is one of my favorite sides.
Rice is a solid side. I've talked a lot about rice today in my private life. It's been a very weird day.
I'd like to hear those conversations because I'm intrigued.
It's like not that weird, but it's just been talking about rice a lot in my private business and household.
We can leave it at that.
Yeah, it's just we're all trying to get sexy, and rice is either a helper or detriment over here. and there's
Tastes so good.
There's some arguing going on.
Not a big rice guy myself.
Oh,
Don't eat a ton of rice.
so good. Solid carb.
Big rice fan.
Yeah. If not waffles, take it home. Rice, take it home.
Yeah. Speaking of taking home.
Yeah. Yeah, might as well. I mean, we don't need to go into a rice diatribe. So this has been the Take It Home podcast.
I think we have.
Yeah. No need. So yeah, this has been the Take It Home podcast. I guess I should be a YouTuber and be like, hey, like, share, and subscribe and all that. But y'all be easy. One.
Yeah.